Here's what we know. 9:06 call comes into the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Bank robbery in progress at the Community First on Edgewood Avenue. We hear that the suspect is contained. So that's police speak. What's that mean? It means they don't think that he is running around the neighborhood. They think he is still in the bank. As a precaution, they are evacuating nearby businesses and nearby schools. There are also believed to be a number of hostages being held in the bank. And even though Melissa would not confirm it, you can bet right now that either they are trying to establish communications or have established communications with the suspect inside the bank.
I can tell you that it's a tense situation out here. We've seen many people, onlookers, people that work at businesses nearby, just outside watching police officers try to handle this situation. We've seen at least 2 helicopters in the air. I know that one of them is a JSO helicopter. We've also seen the JSO command unit, as you were referring to. They came over here to a lot, actually right over here. Tommy, let's face right over here as well. You can see this lot right here has several JSO officers and different crews getting ready to go over there, and I'm assuming this is where they're meeting to go over exactly their game plan. We've also seen a JSO Bobcat, and you heard Chris Parento talking about that a little bit ago. It has not been taken off of the trailer right now. It's just kind of sitting here at this point, but they did bring this over, and I'm assuming just in case. So again, a very, very active situation, and you can tell that they are preparing for the absolute worst just in case with all of these crews out here and several paramedics. We know.
Channel 4's Janice Harris on the scene in Northwest Jacksonville with our crime and safety analyst. Janice.
Yes, we are here with our crime and safety analyst, Gil Smith. Now, because of the situation, because there is a concern that the person involved in this incident could be watching, we're going to talk about the incident, but not in a tactical detail in that sense. But talk about how much manpower overall it takes when something like this happens.
Well, it's hard to give an exact number. They get there and they assess the situation, see what they have exactly going on, try to find out how many gunmen are there that are possible. Even try to get identification on them if that's even possible. Then they can sort of do a background check on them if it's possible. It may not be at this point. Also, they try to get a number of hostages that are inside. And what's critical also to try to find out if there are any injured hostages inside and to do what they can to try to get them treatment if the suspects will allow that. So there's a lot going on all at one time. The main thing is to make sure that people inside the bank are safe and unharmed, and also people around the surrounding area. That's why you see such a heavy police presence here, because they're not just concentrating on the bank. They're concentrating on all the businesses nearby and also the residential areas directly behind the bank. I don't think you have a lot of houses there behind the bank, but if so, you have police there that are setting up a perimeter, making sure that no one comes through there for their own safety. So you have a lot of movement going on, and they have the command center here so they can record and keep track of every police and fire personnel that is here, what their assignments are, what they're doing, what they need to do, and any resources that they may need to bring in.
Now, we are in a time where social media is something everyone wants to be first to post or tweet, but JSO has asked the public to not take pictures, to not tweet anything out, in addition to asking the same of the media, just in case someone is watching in various ways to react to that.
I think Channel 4 has been very good with that, because when I was on the air about 30 minutes ago, I asked them not to show the bank. Now, you would think, okay, it's a crime scene, people want to know what's going on. And sometimes you just forget, okay, someone could be in that bank watching our broadcast, and they see a SWAT van pull up, then they'll know which side of the bank they're on, then they can take a defensive or a tactical position against police. That's why police want that. It's not because they don't want to put information out, because it could put the hostages and also other police officers in immediate danger. So now that that is secured, the media is not broadcasting that, they have a good hand on the scene.
Specifically, what we're looking at here on our storyteller is what's happened within a mile radius in just the past 4 weeks. So first, let's start by showing you where this bank is located. It's going to be right here, that red dot. This is Edgewood Avenue West, and here is 95. This, what you're looking at, this entire board right here, is a 1 mile radius. So in the past 4 weeks, we see that there have been 2 robberies, one right on the outskirts, right at where that 1 mile radius extends to.
You have a relative in the bank.
Yes, my 18-year-old son, DeAndre Schumann, he's an employee at Community First. So I just got word, so I left work and came straight here.
And you've been trying to call him?
Yes, it's going straight to voicemail.
How did you find out?
friends, relatives, everyone started calling my phone at one time, telling me that somebody was being held hostage and shooters.
I'm a little bit south of where Chris and all the activity that is going on there. We were out here where they're blocking traffic, and in honor of what the police are asking us not to show that scene down there. I don't want to show you that down there, but there is a lot of SWAT activity. The bulldozer out there, things getting ready to go. I'm going to move back this way a little bit and show you this other end. As people are standing by back here, just waiting to find out what happened, I was asking people here if they knew anybody in the bank, like we heard from Shanice. These people are just standing by. They don't think they know anybody in there, but they're just wanting to get through.
I will show you, though, right here, all of this is still filling up this parking lot. We've got so many different ambulances and paramedics from JFRD that are out here on standby, waiting to help in any way they can.
We are about an hour and 45 minutes into this. If you're just joining us, we want to bring you up to date on how this started unfolding and how we got to where we are right now. Apparently, a call came in at 9:06 to 911. And JSO responded to the call about a bank robbery.
And then shortly thereafter, of course, that started it. One suspect we were hearing was inside, was holding hostages. We have now learned that there could be as many as 11 people inside. JSO also received a report a short time after that, a call that someone had been shot.
But Melissa Bujeda told News4JAX live on the air they have not been able to confirm that information. She did say that since police arrived on the scene, no shots have been fired. And a number of sources are telling us there are at least 11 hostages that are being held in the bank. I want to bring Janice Harris back into the fold right now. Woman just talked to her son in the bank, Janice. Is that what I'm hearing?
What you heard.
He just sent me a text message saying that he's safe.
Did he say how many other people are inside?
He did, and he didn't say anything else.
What is that like?
Just, I'm safe. Relieved. I feel relieved.
And how do you feel?
We're very relieved.
You said you were praying.
Yes, I was the whole time. So he's safe, and I'm happy.
This is a very, very busy avenue here on Edgewood. So right here in the center of this shot, you can see Community First Credit Union. A lot of stores all around it. You have a Family Dollar, Star Meat House, a Dollar General, a nail shop, Jerome Barbecue and Wings, U-Haul Storage Company, and also Good Shepherd School and Daycare. I gave them a call because I can imagine parents are just a little bit concerned about how the kids are doing, what they're being told. And the woman who answered the phone said the kids are fine. They are on lockdown, though.
Shanice Harris is down there where she talked to another person who also is waiting to find out, or her son is inside. Shanice, any update of what's going on?
Absolutely. I know we cannot show what's happening, but I can describe to you what has happened. There have been at least 6 to 10 SWAT members that have ran across the street. I'm told that I can now show that. You're going to look over to the right side of the screen. You will see some of the tactical units on the right side. We just saw at least 6 to 10 members of SWAT run across the street. We also heard the sirens from the fire truck that is here on the scene. That all just happened within the last 60 seconds. The Community First Credit Union is on the right side of your screen. It's up front to the right, just ahead of all of these vehicles, and that is where we saw somewhere between 6 to 10 members of SWAT run across the street literally in the last minute.
We're now hearing from sources, from our producer, that the suspect is in custody.
Which would make sense because as we look at the scene in an area that's probably about a half a block away from the bank, the credit union itself, it looks like there are people that have gone down just to see what is going on, and traffic is now flowing in and around that scene where it hadn't been before. So we're waiting to get official word as to where things stand right now. But
Bruce, not to interrupt you because you were talking, they didn't want to tell you in your ear, but we have heard that he did surrender and that he is in custody, as we mentioned. So that's important information.
It is
certainly,
important information.
And a relief to the family members who've been waiting to hear from their loved ones.
So what remains to be seen is what happens to the 11 people who were reportedly held inside, and the initial reports of gunshots, whether or not they were unfounded or it turned out to be something. Channel 4's Chris Parento has been there almost since this unfolded. Chris.
And Bruce, just minutes before Janice said she saw those SWAT officers running towards this bank, we actually saw it from where we are, what looked like 3 people that came running out from inside of the Community First Credit Union. These family members here right now gathered, very emotional, waiting on some resolution. And it does look like we can see a lot of these people leaving the bank down here, walking with SWAT officers coming on Edgewood Boulevard right now as they walk back this way towards where these families are waiting, hoping that everybody is safe. And it does look like there is at least partial resolution to everything that is happening right now as JSO officers are walking towards our direction right now with what appears to be the people who were inside of the Community First Credit Union just moments ago. We have seen the tactical vehicle, the Bobcat, as we've been calling it all morning long, that has backed away from the bank and is back towards where it started out on Edgewood Avenue earlier this morning before making way down towards the bank. And we are just now learning, JSO tweeting that 11 hostages are now out of the bank. We don't know the condition of all of them right now, but we had heard from sources earlier that there were 11 hostages inside the bank. JSO now tweeting that all 11 are now out of the Community First Credit Union Bank right now. More JSO officers lining up here on Edgewood Avenue near where they are bringing those hostages that have now been released from this area.
Your sister was inside.
Yes, sir, she was.
What did you see just a little bit ago?
Seeing her walking across with the police officer.
Very relieved, I'm
Yes.
sure you are.
Yes.
Were you able to signal at her or text
No.
her or anything?
No, I haven't done anything yet. I just seen her. I was just happy to see her come out.
And I understand you had a cousin that is a teller inside of the bank.
Yes. I got a phone call letting me know that my cousin was in there. I just called around to everybody I could think of just to see if she went to work today, because that was important. If she didn't go to work, I would be okay. But once I found out she was at work, I just started crying and praying and crying and praying.
He threatened to kill hostages multiple times. We had verifiable information that he was actually putting the gun to the back of the hostage's head at a couple points. Based on that, those threats and that activity escalated through this event, became more and more intense through this event. Reviewing that, the SWAT command staff obviously made the determination that at the next opportunity that they would make entry into the bank to rescue the hostages.
Okay.
And guys, that woman you just heard from is now on the phone with her daughter right now.
Now, thank you, God. Thank you. Oh, yes, Lord. You made it out. He was chasing you, Shonda. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord, have mercy. I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Yes.
Okay, she okay. Praise the Lord. We've been praying for you, baby. We've been praying for you. I just want to hold you, love.
Let me talk to my niece.
I just want to love you, Lord. Oh, I love you, baby. I'm so glad you made it out, Lord.
Talk to her.
I'd like to just kind of decompress in what we heard for those viewers who are just joining us. I mean, we had heard, of course, from Sheriff Mike Williams that there were 2 people who were hiding inside the bank, that the suspect obviously did not know that they were there, and that they were the ones who made the break that basically gave JSO the opportunity that they needed to get in there because it distracted the suspect, the robbery suspect, so they could get in there and physically put their bodies between the suspect holding the gun and the rest of the hostages.
And we heard
Wow.
the very emotional, I forget what the relationship was, of the woman with Shonda, who is being questioned by police right now about what happened inside the bank, saying, he chased you. I mean, she sounded incredulous. But then we, Jen and I were talking, we started putting things together here, and we figured that this has got to be one of the 2 people who helped literally open the door for SWAT to go ahead and move in.
Well, a lot of police officers coming and going, and this is probably one of the next steps for that suspect as the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office detectives bring him here downtown to police headquarters to question him, to try to find out more about what happened, why he did it, and how this all ended, and also to see how they can prevent future situations like this from happening again. So I'm standing in between police headquarters where the Jacksonville Sheriff's detectives work, all their offices as well as administration headquartered here, and the jail. The jail is where a lot of these suspects get booked in, and down there I'll show you. That is the Sally Port. That is usually where police take someone after they arrest them here in Duval County. Now, obviously, this is a high-profile story. People from around the country were watching, tuning in to find out what happened. So there is a lot of attention on this suspect who, as you mentioned, has not been named, but is a male in his 20s or 30s. So police could bring him in here through the Sally Port, or they could also bring him in underneath the police station.
So essentially, we're going off the air here right now, but our coverage continues on news4jax.com. We hope to learn more about the suspect, the circumstances about exactly what happened inside the bank. A complete wrap-up, as I said, throughout the afternoon on news4jax.com. And then the gang is back tonight at 5.
And we will certainly see you then, and hopefully we'll have talked to some of those people who were inside and tell us their just incredible story of survival.
Thank you for watching, and we appreciate you. Have a good afternoon.